So the latest, Edward Snowden has been appointed or elected to be the rector of a school in the University of London. And across the world and across Europe, there are two positions for rector. Now, if the Pope has endorsed a certain school, it can be called Lord Rector or Rector Magnifico. And in the British Empire, the rector, the head of the university is called the chancellor, but yet the rector is a significant position, and apparently he's the head of the court or something like that. And in other parts of Europe, the rector is also perhaps equal to the chancellor and so forth. But in this school, these two schools in the University of London, one of them has decided to choose him to be the rector, and that is a significant move. Now, whether he could go and take the position is just symbolic because he can't go over there to do it, and you can't do such things via telecommunications, video conferences or whatever. And that would be good for him to doing live video conferences so they could know where he's at. Many people would look at Snowden as an honorable man, but I don't know much about him, and there's no way you could research it. But I know Satan is behind it, or his leading man on earth here, the Antichrist, or the New World Order people, because the real net effect of his revelations were to cause some significant problems with America, its relationship, foreign and national relations, because many people seem to be not trusting and this and that, and the foreign governments asking for explanation, the whole nine yards. He thought, and his handlers thought, maybe it would have caused such a significant uproar that we would have been ostracized by our foreign friends, and maybe it would have caused a revolution in the country. But people just take into it stride. Everybody's spying one another, and I knew that they were spying on me and others, so it don't even faze me. Okay. But on the other hand, he said that he joined these organizations just to do what he did, to reveal the stuff. And they've given a little background on him. He never finished college. He dropped out of college. He was in the army to throw him out. But yet he was able to get into the CIA and get into the NSA and so on. And the point I'm trying to make here is that it's a white thing because he's white and he looks opulent, and the devil is using him to get to create a significant schism in the world. He was able to get in, and for them to choose him to be the rector of the university, again, showing that they're just prejudiced. That's the whole game with this, because he isn't qualified for that. I mean, revealing the secrets doesn't qualify for nothing. It just shows how this man is so trivial. Now he's asking for clemency, and he's asking for pardon and so on. I mean, he has done something which is, in certain circles, might be treasonous, and treason is death and so on, or significant jail time and so on. And he's so trivial that he thinks that last week I had a job and check and family and all that. No, I don't have nothing. This guy is trivial. He can't think through things, significantly. And perhaps he likes a lot of cartoon, and he grew up reading a lot of fiction, a lot of weird voodoo books and so forth. So he's kind of not seeing things straight. So for a black person to get such positions, he got to be extraordinary. He got to be almost perfect like God or something like that, and still he wouldn't get it. So I understand this is white people's time. White people are in charge of the world and so on, and they could do what they want with the resources and so on. But my appeal to this, and in this African American month, I think we need to put racism aside, because every race has enslaved every other race. Blacks started the first in Africa or Egypt. We enslave everybody and so on, and one who wins enslaving. But nobody has lasted forever, and we saw significantly why Africa lost. Egypt lost. They were enslaving the Jews, and God said, "Let my people go," and so on. And the whole them and God had a fallout, and God say, "It's over, man. You guys don't respect me." And every civilization does the same thing. Now, some time ago, a white person was saying that all you do is pray. In other words, they have military and they have good strategies and so on, and you can't win them. So they're saying that all you could do is pray. Like if that's the best weapon you have, prayer, because this is how they really were able to make it. The barbarians who cracked Rome, and if Rome is white, I don't know, but they've had a religious fervor. The barbarians had this revival from the teachings of the Jews and so on, and they united as brothers and they went to smash Rome. And every civilization that beats the next had to have a religious moment, and probably God used them to remove some oppressors in the world. So, what I think is this, that white folks need to understand that if they keep up this racism and all these things they're doing, the civilization is going to come to an end. Now, if they wanted to go a little longer and to have some more benefits for what they've worked so hard for, they need to realize that what we need to do is get the best, whether they're black, yellow, red, or white, get the best to be in positions of trust, and they really are patriotic and so forth. And that's the way to go forward. We saw in Rome where the folks were smoking everything and partying and so out of it that they decided to give up and get the barbarians to run stuff and then join the military, take over the military, yada yada, and then they just knock them off and it's over. So I'm just in brotherly love just trying to suggest to these white guys that it's not about my white brother, my white son. It's about common sense. It's about your national security. It's about success and maintenance of your status. And what you ought to do is get the best to come in and hold the fort so that things could endure. And so this move by the British folks to appoint Snowden is just showing how white folks are kind of not looking at the facts and understanding the times in which we live and how really to maintain power. Okay, I told some teachers the other day that white folks need to challenge their kids. It's not, I may make that the next film, but they responded and I got thrown to the school. They kind of don't want me back there, it seems. So, they got to open the mind and hear the truth, man.